Hey folks, welcome back to the Western Southerner YouTube channel. We got some cabin fever, so we're gonna get out, do a little truck camping. There's no snow down low, but there's plenty of snow still up high. All right folks, we got camp set up. My deep cycle battery's kind of toast, so I'm gonna be running the Jenny all night tonight. I did another video recently, tested that deep cycle battery. It's only at about 40%. And here comes Jack the hound dog. He's pleased that we're getting out. He had a little bit of cabin fever as well. What have you been up to? No good? This is a great little camp spot. Creek's right here. Set up nearby. There's some picnic tables and fire pits and stuff. But for now, we're gonna do something fun. I got a new toy. Check this out. We're gonna fly this drone. All right, this is a Skyrover X1 drone. This is sort of the American-made version of the DJI Mini 4 Pro drone, really popular drone. The Skyrover is American-made. It's more affordable. So far, I've been really happy with it. You can see it's got a 4K camera on it. It's got all these cool features that'll fly back to you. If it gets lost, it will follow you as you walk around or drive around. So I'm pretty impressed with it overall. I accidentally crashed it into a tree twice, and cracked the rotor blades, chipped them, but everything was okay. Granted, it wasn't very high off the ground. I certainly wouldn't recommend crashing it, but I was impressed with how durable it was. So this drone came with 3 batteries. Seems like I can get about 20 to 30 minutes of flight time on each battery. So that's pretty substantial. I mean, I flew this thing for well over an hour in the morning and in the evening, and really got some great footage. Here's the mountains. Usually this area is totally covered in snow. You can only access it by snowmobile. I come out here quite a bit on the sled in the wintertime. But we were able to drive the truck camper out here for this trip, which was cool. Just kind of flying up the river, and you can see the sunset and on the mountains back there. It's pretty amazing. So there's tons of wildlife out here. There's elk and deer, a lot of moose, believe it or not, quite a few bears, just all kinds of critters out here. I love this area. Kind of panning around. You can see the high desert. Coyotes are always running around and howling and carrying on. And one thing to know about this drone is that there's no screen on the controller, so you have to plug your phone into it and use that as the screen. This doesn't bother me, but it would be nice if they made an upgrade and you could buy a controller with a screen on it at some point, just to have your phone accessible. All right, folks, I'm going to show you how I get this Honda generator to run all night. The generator's kind of loud. We'll turn it on eco mode tonight. It'll quiet it down a little bit. And I use like a 50-foot long cord in addition to the maybe 25-foot long cord coming out of the camper to kind of get a little bit further away. So it doesn't keep us up at night. These Honda generators hold just under a gallon of gas. We run maybe 7 hours at like 800 watts. So, you're up in the middle of the night topping it off with gas, unless you use the little extended run kit that I'll show you here in a little while. 15 degrees outside. The generator ran for about 13 and a half hours and stopped running, so we're gonna see what's going on. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Sometimes in really cold temperatures, the fuel line will contract where it meets the generator gas cap and a little air gets in. We're headed out later this morning, so I'm just going to gas it up like normal and run it without the extended runtime kit. Well, 13 and a half hours is pretty good. Sometimes that thing doesn't work perfectly. 15 degrees outside and 70 in the camper, so life is good. All right, doing a little morning walk. Still pretty cold out, frost all over the ground, but sun's warming it up. Yeah. You see where the water was up, taking trees out. So usually all this is covered in snow, and you can access it via snowmobile, but you certainly can't get a truck in here. So it's kind of crazy that it's January and we can get a truck camper down here. There's snow in the mountains, as you saw in those drone shots, obviously, but typically there's feet and feet of snow in this area as well. I just came off the road into this little camp spot. This is a great spot. I've camped here a few times. One time I lost my part of my tent wood stove in that fire pit, and I came back and found it, which was funny. I've even jumped ducks down here before. All right, a few more little drone flights. This thing's too much fun. I've never had one before, so a bit of a learning curve, but it's pretty amazing stuff. So, all right, folks, thanks for coming along on this little overnighter with us. We had a nice time, kind of getting out of the house, just getting out in the mountains in the wintertime, staying warm and cozy in the truck camper. Hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video. Take care.